Hey there, fellow creeps and creepettes and creep-Suzettes. Welcome back to the Masked Fan Attic, where we look for cool and interesting old Halloween masks. Boy, that's scary. Man, that was scary right there, wasn't it? You know what else is scary? A cool mask from the 80s, which, okay, I may be in the minority in caring about this one because I don't think it ever became really immensely popular, but I thought it was a great mask. Now, it was available for 4 years, which is a respectable lifespan for a commercial mass-produced production mask. 1982, 3, 4, and 5. So you see, 4 years it was available from Don Post Studios, who at the time was responding to the onset of the AIDS crisis, which caused the price of latex to skyrocket because all of a sudden there was a lot more demand for latex condoms and latex gloves within the medical industry, and wow, the price of rubber went up like crazy. So Post Studios and some other mask makers started experimenting with ways to make masks that would use less latex in them. A lot of those masks were made as regular full head latex masks, but with fillers mixed into the latex, which looked okay for right then and saved some latex and so forth, but unfortunately deteriorated and broke down over the years, much like your host. Deteriorated and fell apart and just did not have a good lifespan compared to masks made of nice, pure, better quality, better caliber latex. Another way, and by the way, that's why a lot of the Don Post masks from the 80s haven't held up so well today. That's why a lot of 80s masks are either too small, like I thought the masks from Last Starfighter and Return of the Jedi, and a lot of those masks from back then are so absurdly small. Adult humans almost can't wear any of them. And it's also the reason a lot of them haven't held up and have cracked and deteriorated and basically rotted over the years because the latex had fillers in it. One other way of conserving latex was to make hooded masks in the style of the Be Something Studios masks, which were very successful. Be Something was having a lot of success with masks like the Hooded Skull, the Hooded Fang Face, the Hooded Warlock. And, well, if you had a fabric hood in the back, you only had to have enough latex to make a face, rather than a whole back, sides, neck, etc. So that saved a lot of latex. In 82, Don Post Studios came out with a line of hooded masks. I believe they were just called the 950 line for purposes of identification. And my favorite of that series was this guy, which nobody remembers, called Dark Angel. Now, Dark Angel here. Initially offered in latex, but just for a short time, quickly switched over to vinyl, because another way to conserve latex in an age of latex hysteria and latex shortages was to not use latex at all and instead make masks out of vinyl. So most of the Dark Angel masks were vinyl, but the early ones were indeed latex. He was just a face, as you can probably see. Can you tell? Right there. See, that's as far as the latex or vinyl would go, and then he would have a fabric hood. Pretty nice fabric back then too, by the way. Hooded masks today tend to have cheaper, flimsier, thinner material on there, but back in the 80s, both Be Something and Post used pretty nice stuff. Used this plush, acrylic plush, for a lot of their hoods. And again, there was some variance. It changed from time to time because they were always experimenting with new things. But anyway, old Dark Angel here was generally painted this sort of silver metallic purple, kind of a lavender with silver metallic in it, or as we pros call it, slurple. Yeah, slurple paint was used on these, with a little bit of green, sometimes in the brow, and sometimes some green in the cheeks, sometimes some green around the mouth. Now, I like this guy because I realize he's a little on the whimsical side, a little cartoony, bears some slight resemblance to the Grinch. Remember the Grinch? The one that stole Christmas? Yeah, that guy. Little resemblance, but still creepy, I think. Still creepy because he has these warty places and he has this suspicious grin that kind of looks like he knows something. I always thought it was very cool that even when his mouth is closed, you can see his teeth because his teeth are on the outside of his lips rather than back in there. I always thought that was a cool effect. And another nice thing about old Dark Angel is that he was sculpted by the legendary William Malone, the guy who went on to direct movies like the House on Haunted Hill remake and Parasomnia and Fear.com and other interesting movies. And this was one of his sculptures. He also sculpted a number of other great masks for Don Post and, well, and for movies as well. But I thought this was a very worthy creation and a great design, a strong design for a spooky character. I don't know what the Dark Angel is exactly. Probably something that, well, when you see him, maybe it means somebody's going to die. Is that maybe a good explanation for a Dark Angel? I don't know. But you can make up the mythology of your choice to go with him. But these occasionally turn up because even though the latex ones have mostly deteriorated and fallen apart and rotted away over the years, the vinyl ones are still looking pretty good. And again, he was my favorite of the Don Post 950 line hooded characters. And well, I recommend you find a Dark Angel for your collection and scare the pants off the humans in your neighborhood next Halloween. And be sure to capture it on video if you do. Say good night to the humans out there, Mr. Dark Angel Mask.